All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect, which we ought to be. Now it's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago, and pretty much I'm finna get into a few scriptures. Basically, really going into the kindreds, and I'm gonna get right into it. First, I'm gonna start off with Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And it says, and Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So, when you read Deuteronomy 28 and 15 verse, it goes into if we didn't follow the law, statutes, commandments, the Lord put all these curses upon us, and we didn't. You know what I'm saying? And this entire chapter actually is clear, clean cut who the Israelites are, which are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And confusion of faith with bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, who are Israelites, man. So we was gonna be scattered to the four corners of the earth, and and when you read in the book of Exodus, the first or second chapter, it goes into how when we have uh, uh, rigorous labor put upon us and stuff, we tend to multiply, man. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that you like when it came down to the war in Hiroshima, you know what I'm saying? You had Jakes go over there, and what did they do? They messed with the ladies over there, and they was impregnating those women over there, and then you have a Jake, because your blood, your family tree goes through your father. You know what I'm saying? According to Numbers 1:18. And the thing is that they you gotta you plant a seed amongst one of the Asian women over there, and then you got a son. He come out a little dark, you know what I'm saying? A few features of his mother, and he's still in that area, and he's just going around planting seeds and stuff. And his son afterwards, and his son after that, continue within that area. Eventually, down the line, you're gonna have a son, great grandson, who's gonna look like the people of that land, but at the same time, his going back down his lineage, his ancestor go back to a so-called black man, and this is which would be considered a confusion of face, man, meaning that you can have a Chinese or a Japanese person that look Chinese and Japanese, but at the same time, they from the nation of Israel, man. They could be a Native American, they could be a so-called black man, you know what I'm saying, or they could be a Mexican or a Puerto Rican man, you know what I'm saying. I actually have a brother that's within the camp, he's Mexican, but he looked like a white man, This is Daniel chapter 9 verse 7. It says, "O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto confusion of faces, as at this day the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries where thou hast driven them, because of their trespass, that they have trespassed against thee." So, confusion of faces, man. You know what I'm saying? You could get with a white woman, you know what I'm saying, and she could be a straight Edomite. And the thing is that you plant seed in her, say if I deal with a white woman, you know what I'm saying, and I get her pregnant, you know what I'm saying, my son gonna probably come out lighter and stuff. But say if my son continue to Edomite women, you know what I'm saying, and then his son do the same thing, and it continue forth in that same like manner. Eventually I'm gonna have a son that's gonna look like he a Edomite, man. You know what I'm saying? But his bloodline come back to me. You know what I'm saying? He'll be an Israelite, man, because the father is the one who continues the seed line, man, who builds the family tree, man. You know what I'm saying? And I pretty much wanted to go into another account. This is Acts chapter 10, verse 21, it says, Then Peter went down to the men which were set unto him from Cornelius, and said, Behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause whereof ye are come? And they said, Cornelius the centurion, a just man and one that feareth the Most High. And just to put out there, a lot of false camps, you know what I'm saying? They try to say outside GMS, you know what I'm saying? Uh, um, uh, they try to say that Cornelius was an Edomite, man, but it says just men right here. The only ones who have the only ones that have the possibility of being just are Israelites, man. You know, and it says and one that feareth the Most High, and of good report among all the nation of the Jews, was warned from the Most High by a holy angel to send for thee into his house, and and to hear words of thee. You know what I'm saying? And meaning that the Lord was dealing with him, man. You know what I'm saying? Giving him warning. You know what I'm saying? Sending Peter, one of his apostles. You know what I'm saying? The highest rank apostles to go deal with him, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight order from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And it says, verse 23. It says, Then called he them in and lodged them. And on the morrow Peter went away with them, and certain brethren from Joppa accompanied him. Verse 24. And the morrow after they entered into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them, and had called together his kinsmen and near friends. You know what I'm saying? Now remember, it said that Cornelius is a just man. Only Israelites can be just men. So when he said his kinsmen, when you look at that word kinsman, it's G4773, and it says same kin, related by blood, same nation, fellow countrymen. And once again, in Deuteronomy 20:64, we were scattered abroad, man. You know what I'm saying? For not following the law, statute, commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? The ways that kept us just, man. You know what I'm saying? Just as in righteous, man. Righteousness is of the law, man. To Cornelius, he was indeed an Israelite. He'll be considered what you say a confusion of face. What the scriptures say a confusion of face is, man. And then this is this is Romans chapter 16, verse 7. And if I may add, Apostle Paul, you know what I'm saying, his citizenship was that he was a Roman, but his actually nation, his blood was of the tribe of the nation of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying, of the tribe of Benjamin. And he was also called the the apostle of the Gentiles, man. You know what I'm saying? Israelites who didn't know that they was Israelites, that was calling themselves Corinthians, that was calling themselves Romans, that was calling themselves Thessalonians. You know what I'm saying? That was calling themselves anything but the nation of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is Romans chapter 16, starting at verse 7. It says, Salute Andronicus and Juniah, my kinsmen, and my fellow prisoners, who are of note among the apostles, who also were in Hamashiach before me. And Hamashiach is Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, or Yeshua, or Yeshaya, or Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Which are false names. His real name is Yahweh Shai. When you get in tune with the alphabet, because then they show you in your face, man. When it comes down to the Assyrian Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? When you look up those words in the Assyrian Hebrew, not in the Yiddish, because that's not Hebrew. When you look in the Assyrian Hebrew, you're gonna see that it's only it's YA, HAWA, and then another ha, but it'll be Yahweh, you know, and the ha roll off your tongue, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only A's. There's no E's, man. There's no I. I mean, there's no J's, no O's, no U's, no V's, no X's, no F's in Paleo Hebrew, man. Nor in Assyrian Hebrew, man. You know what I'm saying? Which means that Yahweh is completely false in the rest of those names as well. Only Yahweh Shai is his true name, and the Heavenly Father's true name is Yahweh, man. You know. And going back here, verse 8, it says, greet Implias, my beloved in the Lord. Salute Urbain, our helper in Hamashiach, and Stachus, my beloved. Salute Apelles, approved in Hamashiach. Salute them which are of Aristobulus household. Salute Herodion, my kinsman. Greet them that be of the household of Narcissus, which are in the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And when you take a look at these names, these are Greek names, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Corinth is Greece. You know what I'm saying? And you know, these were Israelites that was living in Greece. You know what I'm saying? Who you know, was taking other customs, man. You know, I mean, who knew that there was who knew that it was Israelites, but you know, it just shows that Israelites were scattered abroad, man. You know what I'm saying? And what was Paul? He was journeying across these lands to let the Israelites know who they were, man. You know, that they weren't the weren't Corinthians, that they weren't Romans, that they weren't Thessalonians. You know what I'm saying? This and when Apostle Paul, when he was going throughout all the lands and stuff, you know what I'm saying, he was converting them, you know, going back to who they really were. You know, this is Job. You know, this is Job chapter 19. This is Job chapter 19, verse 14. And it says, my kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. To go into that word kinsfolk, it's the quad, a ra, and the ba, korab. That's how you would pronounce it. And it says kinship, niv kin. You know, you can only be related, man. You know, meaning that the Israelites were related to one another, right? If they was calling themselves something else, you know what I'm saying? Or even Israelites that look like East Indians, man, or Arabians, man. You got Israelites that look like these other nations, man. And how you can tell, you know what I'm saying, that they're Israelites because of their spirit is different from the heathens, man. You know, they're not off, man. You know, they understand these scriptures, you know what I'm saying? You know, but that's you know, just the elect will understand these scriptures. You know, this is Revelations, last two verses. This is Revelations chapter starting then Revelation chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, and they sung a new song, and that word new is pretty much renewed when you go into it, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. You know what I'm saying? And kindred, man. When you look it up, you know, it would be a tribe, a race, man. You know what I'm saying? The 12 tribes of Israel are all one and the same, man. They're related by blood, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it says, verse 10. It says, and Yahweh Shai, when you read Hebrews 7 and 14, it says that it is evident that our Lord has sprang out of the tribe of Judah. When you read Matthew's, the first chapter, you know what I'm saying? When you reach King David, you know what I'm saying? When you see King David, later on, you'll see Yahweh Shai, even though you'll see Jesus Christ right there. But his real name is Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? And it proves that, according to Numbers 1 and 18, since you are what your father is, and King David was Judite, and later down the line of his lineage, Yahweh Shai is a Judite, man. You know what I'm saying? So the only ones that he died for, you know what I'm saying, who blood had you know say saved us from our sins, you know what I'm saying? Well, the elect anyways, will be the Israelites, man. They're all Israelites, man. The different tribes are of the same race, the same nation, you know. Verse 10, it says, and has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. And only ones that's next up to reign are the Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's ruling right now are the wicked, including the other nations that teamed up with Esau, even the so-called white man. And he's crumbling down, and our nation is building up, and the Lord is rebuilding the breaches of the house of David, which will be the elect, man, which do consist of some confusion of faces. I have there's a brother in the camp, his name not Azakia, and he's a confusion of face, but his father is a Mexican, man. And to wrap this up, this is Revelation chapter 7. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, verse 4, it's like it. It says, and I heard, actually verse 3, it says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of the Most High, Yahweh, in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Kendricks, went into tribe, Verse 5, it says, of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph, which is Ephraim, was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000. Verse 9, and it says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man can number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne. When it says tongues, it's talking about people with different languages, man. And it says, but it says kindreds. It says of all nations, every nation, and kindreds, and when you look at that word kindreds, it's G5443, and it's tribe, man. Related by blood, man, and people and tongues, and stood before the throne, before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, palms in their hands. And this is referring to the 1/3, man, which the 144,000 consists of is within that fraction as well. Because 2/3 are people, even though they're Israelites, they're not going to get saved on the first go round. You know what I'm saying? But the no man can number, what I'm saying, this numeral multitude right here, what I'm saying, there's going to be it's going to be confusion of face, man. What I'm saying, that's going to get saved as well. That's the who you're going to have some confusion of face that look like Edomites who are Judites, man. Who actually are niggas. You know what I'm saying? Who are Negroes, man. You're gonna have some just throughout the tribes, man. We all related by blood, and the thing is that we also related to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and we are of that chosen seed that's gonna get saved, man. Lord willing, we be part of the elect. And I just wanted you know, bring that out. You know what I'm saying? And I hope this video was edifying. And I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. Shalom.